Hello, everyone. My name is Catherine Beltran, and I'm a lead coach here at Simplicity Ops. And today we're tackling my favorite question. What is the difference between a keyword, a tag group, and a user-defined field? So I'm going to start off with those first two, keywords and tag groups. At the bottom of the contact record is where you're going to see that keywords and tags, and I get it. At first glance, they look identical. Really, the differences stem from the amount of control you have over it and really how you're going to apply it. I'm going to start with tag groups. Tag groups, think two things. Think temporary and think marketing. Why you should think that is because this is actually one field that communicates with integration partners. So think of things like FMG Suites and Snappy Kraken. If you had a tag group and you wanted those group of contacts over into their platform, tag groups is the way to do that. The reason I think temporary still stems with marketing. If you just want a group of contacts because you have an upcoming event that you want to quickly be able to run labels for, send a broadcast email, run a mail merge for, a tag group is a quick way to pull that search, have the group, send out those items, and you're done. But again, you want to think temporary because once that event's over, you get rid of that tag group, you're no longer going to use it. That's why you think temporary and marketing. When you think of keywords, think polar opposite, think permanent. So in here, think about services that you provide. If you wanted to keep track of who's an insurance client and a tax client and an investment client and you keep going, keywords is your way to do that because you can have multiple keywords. I'm also a big fan of using this for reviews. Yes, I know there is the client review reminder and know your client. I'm not a big fan of that one. I'm a huge fan of using keywords here because it's easy to switch this out should I no longer stay on a February and July meeting schedule. So again, they're really quick to update. The big difference between these two is that control aspect. When it comes to keywords, you have to be a Redtail admin to add new values to choose from for your keywords. If you're not sure what that means, what that's really just a fancy way to say is if you go to your name and manage your account, and if you see this admins only section at the very bottom, bravo, you are a Redtail admin, which means if you click on that manage database list, you can add more keywords back here. If I didn't have access to this, I can only choose from the keywords that is provided in my Redtail database. Tag groups is the polar opposite. Anyone could come over here and create a brand new tag group. So that can get rather alarming because again, that means that everyone has that same option and sometimes that can get out of control. So make sure you stay nice and clean in that section. But again, everyone has tag groups as a choice. Where do user-defined fields come in then? User-defined fields is this kind of DIY field that you could create your own kind of information in. It really is the open Q&A section though. So when I come to user-defined fields, this is where I can ask a question and the answer could vary contact by contact by contact. But if I wanted to track that information, this is the spot to do that. So if I wanted to track alma mater, favorite restaurants, pets names, I've seen it. We all have an Oprah scenario, I feel like. This is your spot to do so. The bigger difference, beside this being an open Q&A section of user-defined fields versus keywords and tags are like inherent yes or no's. They're either part of my February review or they're not. User-defined fields could answer it in a variety of ways. So again, think of colleges. There's a lot to think about in the US alone. Any text. That way you have a free-form text box to type that answer in. You could do a list of values. You can track amounts. You could do dates, an actual yes or no. So again, this is your spot to really track that information. The last big difference is actually how you want to find this information in bulk. User-defined fields are reportable, while keywords and tag groups are searchable, and keywords are mostly actually also reportable as well. So again, there's more of a robust way to find this information. This one is going to be quite simply a report that has that data. All right, hopefully that cleared up the big difference between keywords and tag groups and user-defined fields. I look forward to seeing you next month.